Do you know what I love about playing Cassidy? It's that when you shoot the enemy, you shoot the enemy. Doesn't matter if you're close or long range. And then you have the complete opposite, a character like Lucio who shoots projectiles that are really fucking slow. And Lucio's movement is fucking insane. He goes so fast for no reason. It's like all of these fucking freak shows that play Lucio are trying to unlock Funky Kong. Now, I'm not saying a character like Cassidy doesn't have a lot of complex movement. I mean, he can like roll mid-air sometimes. And this is why I think Lucio is the hardest support in Overwatch 2. For an example, if you play D.Va, you're probably going to be good at Winston. If you play a lot of Cassidy like me, you're probably going to be really good at Ashe as well. But the thing is with Lucio, nothing translates from another hero. He's too unique. You cannot take anything away from a different hero and apply it to Lucio. Maybe at best you can relate to Brigitte's whip shot, like booping away a Winston or something, but that's about it. Now, I'll be honest, I'm still learning Lucio. He's too different from every other hero for me to just play him for a week and then know everything about him. But if I had to describe the way I feel about Lucio, it would be the exact same way I feel about Genji. There's a lot of growing pains with Lucio. Every time you fuck up a wall ride or miss every single shot, you really feel it in your soul. You could really visually see yourself fuck up. It's really easy to just want to go back and swap to Ana or something. But if you don't give up on Lucio and you stick to him, you'll get the same effect that Genji had on me. You can visually see yourself getting and doing better. For Genji, it's learning the dash range and knowing how much to flick and blah blah blah, but for Lucio, it's landing the wall ride and landing the shots. Now, this clip that you're watching contains that first ever moment where I really felt like I did the right thing as Lucio. It is a bit sloppy and I do miss a few shots and the wall ride isn't perfect, but it is important because it's the first time I visually saw myself do something good and improve and wanted to do it again. Wait, that felt pretty good. Now, to an experienced Lucio main, that looks pretty fucking pathetic. It actually looks bad, all things considering. But what I saw was improvement, and more importantly, room for improvement. That half a second of me wall riding and landing 3 shots on a Moira gave me enough confidence and motivation to make a video on Lucio and not Brigitte. Sorry Brigitte fans. The first thing that I had to learn how to use properly was my movement and when to speed boost or not. I think the best way to learn and improve your movement is to throw yourself into the deep end. Make sure to go into the enemy backlines. The deeper and the more angry your teammates get, the better. As a side note, if your team starts flaming you because you're in the enemy backline so much, you can always say something on the lines of, I had 2 on me the entire fight, how did you guys not win that? And the reason this works so well is because it almost sounds like a good excuse for why you're not actually contributing anything to your team. And I know you Lucio mains don't want to hear it, I'm just being very unbiased. You're probably going to get more value out of speed boosting and healing your team than shooting a Torbjorn for 8 minutes. I'm not projecting, you are. Anyway, back to my main point. Once you've gained the enemy team's aggro, they will chase you to the ends of the earth. For some reason, it's actually not a good idea, but they do it anyway. This will only leave you with one option, to run away. And look, I understand that you might want to hop into a custom game and learn the entire map so you know where to run off to when you're in danger. But what works for me is fearing for my life because a Kiriko and a ball is chasing me down. Frantically looking around, fearing for your life that you're about to die and figuring out a way to escape is the best way to learn, in my opinion. So with a little bit of playtime and a little bit of map knowledge, you'll understand how to play Lucio. So I guess all I'm trying to say is, stick to Lucio and give him a good shot. It will suck at the start if you're anything like me. But before you know it, you'll get a good grasp of his movement and weapon. As someone who's only just started playing Lucio and just started to understand the flow of him, I gotta admit, he is really difficult to learn. But he's by far one of the most fun heroes in the entire game. And I guess the reason I'm so excited to learn Lucio is because I come from a different time. This is exactly how my first ever Lucio game went, ever. Go Lucio, we need a defensive ult. Sure, I haven't played Lucio before though. It's not fucking hard, all you have to do is sit here on your healing and use your amp when you have it off cooldown. It's not hard. And so I sat there only using my healing, amplifying when I had it off cooldown, used my beat whenever I could, and then I got flamed because we lost. Never touched Lucio again. Because I don't play a lot of Lucio, I have a lot of questions, but before I ask those questions, I need to say one more thing that I enjoy about Lucio. It's no secret that Lucio is one of the best heroes in the game to support his entire team. I mean, all you have to do is hit Q and you get dopamine rushes. But my favorite thing to do as Lucio is have funny little adventures with one person on your team. Maybe it's just your tank, usually it's just your tank. But because of the way Lucio's built, it's not like Kiriko where you can teleport in and then teleport out. When you're with someone, you're there to stay, and you go on this cool little adventure where you die together or you come out victorious. Lucio has always been the king of synergizing with another player. I love playing really defensively, just me and this random guy waiting for our team to come back, just stalling for as long as we can. I think because I play a lot of Ana and I pocket my tanks from far away, I don't really feel as attached to them, but with Lucio it's like a ride or die mission every time. But then because Lucio is a tempo healer, he can also encourage his team to play extremely aggressively with his speed boost. I mean, back in the olden days, you'd probably be speed boosting your Reinhardt around, but now it's more like Ramatra. There's something just really fun about speed boosting your team to catch up to all the enemies that are trying to run away. I guess it just feels like you're hunting down the enemies. You don't worry about your team and if they're gonna die. You just have that feeling that everyone's gonna stay alive. You don't gotta worry about anyone else. When you've already won the team fight and the enemy teams are running away and you chase them down and you kill them again, it just feels like you've won a second fight. I mean, we all hate that feeling when you lose a team fight, respawn, and then your team loses the actual objective, and then you're running away, and then you get called out and die again. If you've seen my previous Overwatch videos, you know that I like to spend a week playing this character and a character that I know quite a lot about and then make a video on. But Lucio was completely different. I didn't know how to play him. I just basically learned from the ground up like a new player. So I got a few questions that I'm gonna ask and maybe you have the answer to them. These have been things that I haven't been able to fix over my week of playing Lucio. Normally you'd save your ult to counter another ult, as in if they use Visor or Nano Blade, you use your beat to counter it. I've been conditioned to save my ult for like the most important things ever. It doesn't matter, like Baptiste window, fuck that. I'm not gonna use beat for that, and that's how my brain works. How do I stop doing that? Because what tends to happen is that I end up just never using my beat because I never think there's a good reason to, and I feel like if I use it at a bad time, I'm just going to be wasting it. So I guess my question is, when is the appropriate time to use beat if you don't have to protect your team from the enemy's massive ults and combos and stuff like that? My next question is, because Lucio interacts with his environment, should I take that into consideration? There are some maps in Overwatch where it feels like you just don't stick to the walls, or like you just fall off for no reason, or something goes wrong. Should I be taking that into consideration? Should I be like, it's not worth playing Lucio if I can't wall ride half the time? My last question is, should I be having an even split between damaging, healing, and speed boosting? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, what should my playstyle be? Or what is your playstyle that you think works? Should you be saving amp for healing, amp for speed boosting? Do you just never damage? I'm just curious because I'm learning the game with Lucio. That's about it. Alright, if you're here for the Overwatch portion of the video, it is over. Thank you for watching. Now, if you want to stick around and hear about my next variety game, which will be the next video, stick around. Did I already say stick around? Stick around. This is the last chance to recommend this week's variety game video. Basically, Dishonored is in the lead, right? I'm thinking about playing Dishonored, but I will start recording that in 3 days, which means you have 3 days to maybe put in a suggestion. If I don't see it in time, I'll still consider it for next time I do a variety game, but I'm just saying, within the 3 days now, as of when this video gets uploaded, I could change the game from Dishonored to whatever you suggested. That is about it. It was just a little heads up. You know what's coming next week. Variety game. Check out that collat. That was sick. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for all the consistent and constant support, whether it's Overwatch or Overwatch moments or variety games as a whole. I respect all of you and I'm grateful for literally every single one of you. See you guys later.